morning students. Already we have finished derivative of second order. Today we will discuss about Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. So first Rolle's theorem. The statement is if the function f is continuous in a closed interval a b, derivable in open interval a b, and f of a equal to f of b. These a and b are the endpoints of the interval. Then there exists a real number c in the open interval AB such that f dash of c equal to 0. Means to verify Rolle's theorem, first we have to check these three conditions, whether these three conditions are satisfied or not. What are those conditions? First is the function must be continuous in the given closed interval, and again it can be differentiable in open interval, and the value of the function at the end points of the interval must be equal. Then only there will be a real number c which is lying between the open interval AB, so that the value of the derivative at that point will be equal to 0. This is Rolle's theorem. And one thing is about that, if any one of these three conditions is not satisfied, then Rolle's theorem cannot be applicable for that function. Okay. Now what is its geometrical meaning? Geometrical meaning of Rolle's theorem is, suppose let A and B are 2 points on the curve y equal to f of x corresponding to two numbers A and B respectively. Okay. Then there exists another point C between A and B corresponding to real number C in between small a and small b, such that tangent to the curve at the point C is parallel to x-axis. This is its geometrical. Now what does it mean? Suppose this is x-axis, it is y-axis. Now let us take one curve y equal to f of x. Now here you select a point A Okay, and here it is corresponding to point small. Okay, and that's equal to, and here take another point B. It is corresponding to this small. Means here x equal to a, OA equal to a, here OA equal to a, sorry, OM. So this point is M. This point is M. Here OM equal to a and OM equal to. Okay. Then here MA. It will be F of A and MB equal to F of B. Now here it is given the graph is continuous, it is differential, and here F of A equal to F of B means these two are equal. Then what will get? Now here in between A and B, suppose there is a point C, capital C, corresponding to. Okay, here suppose this point is Q. So Q equal to small c. Then if we draw a tangent at this point, C. This tangent is parallel to our x-axis. This is the meaning of Rolle's theorem in geometry. Our graphical representation of Rolle's theorem is like this. Okay. Now here you have to prove one question will be given. Okay. One function will be given to an question is verify Rolle's theorem for the following points. So first we will discuss the three conditions. If it is satisfied, then we will proceed like this. Okay. For example, for the following function, the first bit right f of x equal to 16 minus x square. Second bit f of x. So here interval you write f of x equal to 16 minus x square in the flow interval minus 1 to 1. And second bit you write f of x equal to sin x plus cos x. X belongs to flow interval 0 to pi r, and third f of x equal to e to the power 1 minus x square. Okay, suppose this three. The solution. First is given f of x equal to 16 minus x square. Okay. Now it is what type of function? It is a polynomial function or algebraic. And we know that algebraic function is always continuous. So the first condition is f of x is a polynomial function. It is continuous in the flow interval minus 1 to 1. Second, you find f dash of x. F dash of x is minus 2x. So as we are able to find derivative, when it is derivable, this implies you can write f of x is derivable in the upper interval minus 1 to 1. Now what is f of minus 1? F of x is 16 minus x square. So 16 minus minus 1 whole square. So 16 minus 1 equal to 15. And f of 1, 16 minus 1 square. Okay. So this will imply f of minus 1 equal to f of 1. So here we see all the three conditions are satisfied. Okay. So Rolle's theorem is applicable. So for any real number C in the upper interval minus 1 to 1, we have f dash of c equal to 0. Now what is f dash of x? It is minus 2x. So f dash of c will be minus 2c equal to 0. So it implies c equal to 0. And you can see that this 0 is clearly lying in this interval minus 1 to 1. Okay. At last we write and Rolle's theorem is verified. Okay. Then second, f of x is sin x plus cos x. So here also f of x is a trigonometric function. Okay. Which is continuous in the flow interval 0 to pi by 2. If you can take any value, and at that value its limit and value will be equal. Second, f dash of x is cos x minus sin x. This means f of x is derivable in upper interval this. Then f of 0 and 0 plus cos 0, this is 1, and f of pi by 2 sin pi by 2 plus cos pi by 2, this is also 1. That means f of 0 and f of pi by 2 both are equal. So by Rolle's theorem, we have f dash of c equal to 0. Now f dash of x cos x minus sin x, that is cos c minus sin c equal to 0. Implies cos c equal to sin c. This implies tan c equal to 1. We are dividing both sides by cos c. This implies c equal to how much? Pi by 4 and pi by 4. The line between the upper interval 0 to pi by 2. Again you will write hence Rolle's theorem is verified for c equal to pi by 4. Now last one is f of x equal to e to the power 1 minus x square, and here the x belongs to the minus 1 to 1. So now f of x again function. So it is continuous in the closed interval minus 1 to 1. Now find derivative. Now it is in the form of e to the power x. So derivative of e to the power x is e to the power x means e to the power 1 minus x square into, by chain rule, derivative of 1 minus x square, it is minus 2x. That means f of x is derivative the open interval minus 1 to 1. Now third case we will take f of minus 1, so it is 1 to the power 1 minus 1 square, that is e to the power 0, that is 1, and f of 1 is e to the power 1 minus 1 square, it is also e to the power 0 equal to 1. That means f of minus 1 equal to f of 1. So by Rolle's theorem, like f dash of c equal to 0. Now it is f dash of x, this one minus 2x into this. So here you can write minus 2c into e to the power 1 minus c square equal to 0. Which implies either c equal to 0 or e to the power 1 minus c square equal to 0. But e to the power 1 minus c square cannot be equal to 0. Why? Can you say? Because reason is the value of e lies between 2 and 3. 2 is less than, e is less than 3. This is the main thing. Now if the base is a positive integer, then whatever may be the power, it may be 0 or positive or negative, you will never get 0 as well 0. So that's why this cannot be equal to 0. So only possibility is c equal to 0 and 0 lies between minus 1 to 1. So again we write, hence Rolle's theorem is verified for c equal to 0. Here, this is all about Rolle's theorem. Now we will discuss Lagrange mean value theorem. Next is your Lagrange mean value theorem. It is also known as mean value theorem, and short form it is also denoted by LMV, Lagrange mean value theorem. LMV. Now its statement is if a function f is continuous in the closed interval a, then derivable in the open interval a, then there exists a real number c in the open interval a, so that f dash of c equal to f of b minus f of a by b minus a. You see, the statement of Rolle's theorem and Lagrange mean value theorem are almost same. Only here the third condition is not. Otherwise, these two conditions were also there in roles here. It is continuous in Flow-Electrolytic, differentiable, then again there are at least a real number C in between A and B. So the f dash of C equal to f of B minus f of A by B minus. Okay. Now here what is the geometrical meaning? Geometrical meaning is if A and B are 2 points on the curve y equal to f of x. Okay. Corresponding to real a point capital C between A and B corresponding to real number small c, so that the tangent to the curve at the point C is parallel to the curve joining A and B. So here is the difference. Means here again like this is y equal to f of x. Suppose this is one point A, this is another point B. Okay, this is corresponding to and A, and this is the point and B. And here you can take a point C. Okay, and here this tangent is parallel to the curve joining A and B. Rolle's parameter there, the tangent is parallel to x-axis. What are in mean value theorem? The tangent is parallel to curve, because here is f of b minus f of a. In class 11, we have learned about slope of tangent. Right? The slope formula was what? It is, suppose here x1 y1 is one point, x2 y2 is another point. Then what is slope? Slope of tangent by it is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Now in coordinate geometry, what we are doing, it is a, this point is, this is x, this is y. So if we are writing y equal to f of x, here y equal to f of x, means when we are writing it in coordinate form x, y, it's same as x comma f of x. So similarly, here it is a, x is a, and here the coordinate of this point, it is what? Other x, y. So here you can write a, f of a. So here it is a, f of a, it is, this point is f of a, this point is f of a. So it is y2. Okay. The coordinate of this point A is a comma f of a, and this point you can write it as b comma f of b. So y2 minus y1 f of b minus f of a by b minus x2. So this is the tangent. So that's why it is parallel to the curve. Clear? So these are roles and mean values. Now let us discuss 2-3 examples based on this. This one. Or the following functions. First, right For example, f of x, this is equal to x square plus 2x plus 3. F of x equal to x square plus 2x plus 3 in the closed interval 4, 6. And second way to write f of x equal to take x cube minus 5x square in the closed interval 1, 2. So now here solution first bit, the f of x is given x square plus 2x plus 3. So first condition, it is a polynomial function, so you can write being a polynomial function f of x is continuous in the closed interval 4 to 6. Second, we will find derivative. So f dash of x, it will be 2x plus 2. That means f of x is derivable in the open interval 4 to 6. So by Lagrange mean value theorem, we have f dash of c will be f of b minus f of a by b minus a. This implies f dash of x is 2x plus 2, so f dash of c will be 2c plus 2 equal to f of b. What is b? It is 6. A is 4, so f of 4 by 6 minus 4. Now f of x is this, so f of 6 will be 6 square plus 2 into 6 plus 3 minus 4 square plus 2 into 4 plus 3 will divided by 2. This implies 2c plus 2 equal to, I have plus 3 and minus 2 will be cancelled. Now it is 36. Okay, 36 and here it will be minus 16. How much? 20. That is 2 6 are 12. 12 minus 2 4 are 8. So 12 minus 8 equal to 4. And we have 36 minus 16. That is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24. By 2. This equal to 12. Now both sides 2 is common, so you can write c plus 1 equal to 6 or c equal to 5. And you see that this 5 is clearly lying between the open interval 4 to 6 because 5 is coming in that. So you can write hence LMB is verified or c equal to 5. Okay. Then second one, f of x is given x cube minus 5x square minus 3x. So here also, as f of x is a polynomial function, it is continuous in the closed interval 1 to 3. Then f dash of x is 3x square minus 10x minus 3. That means f of x is derivable in the interval 1 to 3. So by LMB we have f dash of c. This equal to f of b minus f of a by b minus a. This implies what is f dash of x? 3x plus, that is 3c square minus 10c minus it is equal to f of 3 minus f of 1 by 3 minus 1. This implies 3c square minus 10c minus 3 equal to, what is f of 3? F of x is this, that is 3 cube minus 5 into 3 square minus 3 into 3 minus f of 1, that is 1 cube minus 5 into 1 square minus 3 into 1 by 2. Okay, this equal to, this is how much? This is 3 3 are 9, 9 5 are 45 and 3 3 are 9. Okay, so minus 45 minus 9, how much? Minus 54. 45 plus 9, 54 minus 54 and this is plus 27. So it is minus 27. Clear? Then it is minus. That again 5 minus 3. How much? Minus 5 minus 3 minus 8. Minus 8 plus 1 minus 7. Okay. By 2. That is minus 27 plus 7 minus 20. Minus 20 by 2 is minus 10. Now if we take that to this side, it will become 3c square minus 10c plus 7 equal to 0. Now by splitting the middle term, your product will be 21. Okay, and sum is minus 10. That is 3c square minus 3c minus 7c plus 7 equal to 0. It implies 3c into c minus 1 minus 7 into c minus 1 equal to 0. Or c minus 1 into 3c minus 7 equal to 0. It implies either c equal to 1 or c equal to 7 by 3. Now which value will be applicable? Here our interval is between 1 to 3. And what type of interval? Open interval, means 1 is not included. And since our c is 1, so our 7 by 3 will become. So now at 7 by 3 lie between this open interval 1 by 3. So L and B is verified for c equal to 7 by 3. So student, whether you are applying Rolle's theorem or Lagrange mean value theorem, so always first take this condition. And if it is applicable, then at last whenever you are getting the value of c, you check that value of c is lying within the open interval or not. Sometimes you may get no value of c will satisfy. So in that case you write, so for no value of c, this function will satisfy rules of this element. Okay, so these are 5 examples, and you practice it, go through the video, practice it, and again I will share some extra questions on these two, Rolle's theorem and LMB, along with the NCERT solution of your exercise 5.8. So you try to complete that exercise. Okay.